Hello, we are back and we are on to the lesson of deciding on your skills and if you're going to niche down right away or not. Now, you might be thinking, this doesn't seem like a very good action step. Why should I be thinking about skills that I need right now? I need to be able to set up things. What do I need to do to get my business started? This is actually the next logical step. It will make sense as we keep going, so stay with me here. So, we are going to be looking at skills, deciding on which ones you currently have, and if you want to niche down, which means get specific about what you're going to offer. So, first thing is you don't need to take any courses. I said this in the last lesson. No courses or training to help you with the skills right now. Just think of what you already are coming to the table with. What do you already offer? And as a teacher, most likely you are a teacher because that's people that are in my community, in my realm. You come with a lot of skills already. Some skills that um, can be for virtual assisting, this is just a variety, is copywriting, writing content, Facebook ads. I put this one in here, not that you have this skill because I don't even have this skill currently. It's not something that I've invested in. But like it is a skill. It's something that people would hire virtual assistants to do. Most teachers don't have this skill, but I just threw it in there as an example. The rest of these could all be teacher skills, right? Copywriting, writing content, we do that a lot, even when we're making things for students, like worksheets, passages, things like that. Newsletter design, newsletter creation. A lot of people, a lot of business owners will pay for that because they just don't want to or they don't know how. Blog writing, editing, proofreading, language arts teachers, where are you? Data entry, obviously, keeping up with that student data, presentations, event planning. So many school events. So these are all things that virtual assistants can sometimes specialize in. Like this is the one thing that they do. And as a teacher, you're already coming with all of this stuff. So you already have an upper hand. If you're not a teacher, I bet you still already have a lot of these skills. Like these are skills that a lot of people have in general anyway. Maybe not writing, that is a very specific skill. Like some people are very good with data entry and spreadsheets, crunching the numbers, things like that. Um, some people are very good at making presentations just from other jobs that they are coming from, or event planning. Like that was one of their side um, responsibilities at their job, you know? And now that can be your one job. It's a great idea to jump in with skills that you already have. And I love that we can just use and flourish with what we already are coming to the table with. So you'll be surprised what people are willing to pay for help. Some people aren't paying you because they don't know how to do something. They're paying you because they own a business, they're busy, they need the extra help. They're hiring you because they don't have time to do what they want you to do. Like they've already done it, they've been doing it, and now their business is growing, so they need to focus on different aspects and they're hiring you to take over. So you can think of it kind of like people that pay for cleaning services or lawn services, to get their grass cut and stuff, nothing crazy, or just to clean their house, just basic cleaning. People know how to do that. They know how to clean. I mean, some people aren't very good at cleaning, but they know how to clean. They just need someone else to do it for them because they're busy or they just don't desire to. They don't want to do it and they have money. So they're going to have someone else do it. It's kind of like that. Um, I have a client that I'm currently working with. I've worked with her for a while now. She does doula courses, like she trains doulas virtually through these courses online, and it's all virtual. But she has these courses that she does, and she's constantly teaching. And she also teaches out of a college, like in real life, in person. So she's very busy. I am the one who helps structure the courses, make the courses, get the materials to the students, all of that behind the scenes work so that she can focus on just teaching the students. Um, it's things like that. Her business is growing. She wants to just focus on teaching the students and being able to have more time for more classes to help more students. So I am there to take some of the other back end work off of her plate. Um, they're business owners running their business on their own, kind of like what I just said with my client. Like they just need some help. And Sometimes the clients are totally willing to teach you how to do the tasks. So, with my client that I was just telling you about, the doula, when she hired me, I understand the basic mechanics of different programs and tech programs, but I didn't know the ins and outs of the exact learning course program that she was in. She sent me so many Loom videos and trainings, and she was willing to walk me through um, different things on Zoom. And she continues to send me little Loom videos on and off of new tasks that she wants me to do. So it's really nice. Like, she is willing to make a recording and send it to me and just show me how to do things when she wants me to take on a new task. And it's really helpful. Other times, if there's a training involved, you can get paid for that. Like, I have another client of mine that I've been working with for a while, and whenever she's wanting me to take on a new skill or do something different, and she's had a course that she's taken, she adds me to that course. So I automatically get new training. I get new skills, but also I am on the clock technically, and we'll get into what that looks like, but I am getting paid for going through these courses. It's not something that I have to do on my own time on the side and fit into my time. It's part of what I'm doing for her. Because if I don't learn the training, I can't do the work. So it's not something that you have to fit into your day. It's already embedded in what you're offering to your client. So don't worry about not coming with the knowledge that you need. A lot of people are willing to help you out. Niching down means getting really specific on either who you help or what you do. So, or both, if you can narrow it down even more than that. Some questions to think about: is there a certain industry that really draws you in? Maybe you have a background in a certain industry already, like maybe you're not a teacher and you come from a different background, or maybe you did something different previously before you became a teacher, or on the side, or something that just interests you that lends itself to a different industry. So, if you're a nurse or were a nurse, health and wellness could be a great industry to look into. If you're a realtor or have ever done anything with that, real estate can be a great industry to look into. Maybe if you just really like fitness, you just really like nutrition, health and wellness, that whole idea could be an industry that you're interested in. It just could. Um, Teachers Pay Teachers is kind of its own industry in itself as well. There's a lot of um, teachers, former teachers that run big teacher paid teacher stores that want people to help with the back end tasks. So if you are very familiar with Teachers Pay Teachers, I'm going to add that here. Um, familiar with TPT. So if you are very familiar with Teachers Pay Teachers, how to set things up, how to like make it look nice within your store, like all of the ins and outs. I don't even know all of those things, but I know when I click on some of those stores, they look very nice. They have sales, they have a whole business going on basically. There are people, business owners that own those shops, whether they're teachers or former teachers, or maybe not teachers at all. They have a shop, a store. They are asking for virtual assistants. There's whole Facebook groups on it. So if you come with a lot of that, that could be your thing. Maybe certain skills interest you, or you're just natural with certain skills. So maybe an industry really isn't your thing. Like, you're like, I don't know. I don't know if there's a certain type of business that I want to help. Maybe it's more of tasks that you do, the skills. So if you are more inclined to math, maybe bookkeeping would be your thing. Keeping up with the income and the expenses and the taxes, or maybe it's data entry kind of thing. Or if writing is what you lean more towards, maybe content writing or blog writing or copywriting. Project management, you could be an OBM. You're basically helping filtering out all the tasks and making sure everything gets done on time in a timely manner and everything's organized, and bigger tasks are broken down into smaller tasks. So if that is more your jam, maybe you could niche down to an OBM. Certain presentations or graphics, if that's more your thing, maybe you'll lean more into graphic design. Whatever is your jam, whatever calls to you, can be hard to niche down right away. especially if you are a teacher, because I feel like we naturally have a lot of skills. We're not really like a big expert on one thing. We just are naturally good at a lot of different skills because that's what our job or former job has lent us to be. We have our hand in everything, basically. So if nothing sticks out to you, it's not a big deal. You may just need to try out a few different things and see what sticks, see what calls to you. It's kind of how it was with me. I was a general VA for a while until more tasks seemed more interesting to me and called to me a little bit more, and I decided to niche down that way. Also, it can be really hard to find clients right away if you're new, if you're trying to niche down, because you're not known yet as the go-to for that. So if you're trying to be an OBM right out the gate, um, people might not know that you're a great OBM just because you haven't been around to do it long enough and for people to hear about it because word gets around. I know it seems weird that it's an online business, a bunch of other online businesses, or sometimes brick and mortar businesses will hire you. You would think that it wouldn't be word of mouth so much, but it is. I've gotten so many clients from referrals. So, um, as you go, you'll get known more as a go-to, and niching down will be a better idea. So it just depends. Lean into your past experiences to really help you shine. I leaned on just being a teacher in general to help me at first as being a general VA because people saw that as like, oh, you're dependable, you're reliable, you're a hard worker. Like that's what teachers are known for in general. So I was able to lean on that, and that helped me get some of my first jobs. And also, some teachers or former teachers were also some of my first clients because, teachers understand what we go through and what kind of skills we already have. So they trusted me. They knew that I had some skills coming in already. Um, Niching down can help you be known as an expert, and it also helps you raise your rates. So once you really decide what you want to do, what your skill might be, then or your industry, you can raise your rates because that will be mostly what you do. That will be what you focus on, and people will know that. So like with the doula that I work with, um, if I was a general like VA for doulas, she would probably snatch me up in a heartbeat. She kind of did wanna work for me and, like, with me anyway, but if that was my niche, she would have snatched me up immediately, and other doulas would wanna work with me immediately because of that fact. They know that I know their business, like, I understand their lingo, I understand all of the, acronyms or anything else that might come with it, the verbiage, so that's already embedded. So they would wanna work with me anyway. I would be more, um, of a, like, commodity, I guess. So I could raise my rates. The demand there would be a little higher, rather than just a normal general VA. You can just be a virtual assistant and only offer specific skills. So it's okay to just be a virtual assistant and just say, "I'm a virtual assistant." You don't have to say, like, "I'm a copywriter," or something like that. You don't have to do that. You can just say, "I am a virtual assistant. I offer content writing, blog writing, copywriting, and graphic design." Like, that's something that kind of like what I did at first when I first started. 'Cause writing is a strength of mine. Also, creating graphics is something that saw as a strength too. So I kind of just said what my skills were as a virtual assistant with these skills. You have to have your skills in your name or your title. You can just be virtual assistant. It's okay. So that's a little nitty gritty. That's the breakdown. Super fast, super quick of skills and niching down. I want you to look at the list located on the workbook page for this lesson. You'll see it in the description link. It's a Google Doc. You'll need to make a copy so that you can edit it. I made it up for a reason because I want you to actually work in it. It's a workbook page. Um, so let's take a look at it. So you are going to rate on a scale from 1 to 5 each skill considering your current. So don't think about what you are able, to do in the future, your current, right now in this moment, ability in your current interests. Because I know me, I don't know if y'all are like this, but me, I was like, oh, I can learn this. I can be better at this. And I would rate my ability higher just because I would think like, I can learn it. I'm a fast learner. Yeah, I'm gonna mess you up. Just work on your current ability. So one is lowest, like you don't have a lot of skill at all, and five being highest. So current ability, so your current skills, and then your current interest in that topic. Because you're good at something doesn't mean you like to do it. Or maybe you're not that great at it, but you really are interested in learning it. Okay? That's where the interest in learning comes in. So the total over here is going to be between 2 and 10, depending on the numbers you put here. We're going to add them all up. Okay. Skills with the highest number in the total column will be skills that you should consider moving forward. So there's a lot here. You can even add some. That's why I added some blanks right here, some 3 blanks. You can always add more rows once you make a copy. But these are all skills that virtual assistants can get hired to do, like all of these. Even calendar management. Like I had a client, I was already working for her for Instagram. Like I was doing her Instagram content and social media management, but she hired me for a side project just to organize her Google Calendar. So she said that it was a mess. She didn't have them set up correctly. She wanted them nice and organized. So she hired me for a side project just to get her calendars in order. Um, so people will hire for these kind of things. So you can pick that. You can also just search for virtual assistant skills and see what comes up. If there's something that you think you already are like a great skill in, but it's not listed here. So you can add it. Then here, I want you to write down what your top 6 are. Come up here, look at the totals, see which ones are, 9s and 10s, and then come here. And then if you had to pick just one, which would it be? Like, just pretend you can only pick one of these, which one would it be? How do you feel about having to do just this one task for your whole business? If you're feeling a little weird about doing just that one task for your whole business at this point in time, then niching down to a skill probably is not your way to go. Or at least niching down to just that one skill. Or maybe think about what you picked here. Maybe it wasn't a good choice, maybe rechoose. But maybe if you are feeling a little weird about your choice here, then you might think about niching down to an industry. That might be where you go, because then you don't have to niche down so much for your skills. This is just to get you thinking as we move forward, because as we move forward, we're going to be thinking about business names and branding and things like that. And sometimes the business name and the branding plays off of what you have for your skills or your industry. And it kind of helps go together and blend together. So that is why we're doing the skills and the niching down first. And the next coming lessons, we're going to be working on picking a name and really getting into setting everything up. So make sure you take the time right now to fill out this workbook. Do not skip it. And take the time to look at the reflection questions at the bottom to really decide what you're going to do next as far as skills and niching down. And I will see you in the next lesson.